Have you ever paused to consider that an apparently harmless fruit could become dangerous over time? We've always been told that fruits are a vital part of a healthy diet, but the reality is that some of them can pose serious health risks to older adults. Whether by affecting blood sugar levels, making digestion difficult, or interacting negatively with certain medications, some fruits can harm your health without you even realizing it. In this video, we'll show you 7 fruits that should be avoided at all costs by older adults. Some of these options might even surprise you, as they are generally seen as healthy. However, depending on your body's needs, they can be more harmful than beneficial. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of which fruits should be consumed with caution and why. Stay until the end, because the last fruit on the list is one that many people consume daily without knowing the risks it hides. If you care about your health or the health of someone you love, hit that like button and subscribe. This information might make all the difference. Let's get started. Number 1, grapefruit. Grapefruit is one of the most dangerous fruits for older adults, even though it's often seen as a refreshing and healthy option. Few people know that it contains substances that can interfere with liver and intestinal enzymes responsible for processing various medications. This means that when you consume grapefruit, your body may absorb too much or too little of a medication, which can be extremely dangerous. For example, if you take medication to control blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart disease, grapefruit can cause these drugs to remain in your bloodstream longer than necessary, dangerously increasing their effects. In other cases, the medication may lose its effectiveness, compromising your treatment. This situation is especially delicate for older adults who rely on daily medications to manage chronic conditions. A simple glass of grapefruit juice in the morning can disrupt an entire treatment plan. But the risks don't stop there. Grapefruit can also affect medications used to treat anxiety, depression, and even some painkillers. This can cause side effects like dizziness, heart arrhythmias, kidney problems, and even internal bleeding. The problem is that these effects don't usually appear immediately. They accumulate over time. Take the case of Henry, a 72-year-old man. He took his blood pressure medication daily and thought starting his day with grapefruit juice was a healthy choice. Over time, he began to feel muscle weakness and dizziness without understanding why. It was only during a routine checkup that his doctor noticed the medication levels in his body were too high. After reviewing his diet, they discovered grapefruit was the culprit. Simply removing it from his diet made the symptoms disappear. If you take any type of prescription medication, consult your doctor before consuming grapefruit or its juice. Despite seeming harmless, this fruit has a high potential to interfere with medications and can be very dangerous for older adults. Fortunately, there are many other fruits with similar benefits and without this risk. It's safer to choose an alternative. Number 2, durian. Known as the king of fruits, durian is famous for its strong smell and creamy texture. Although it's considered a delicacy in many cultures, older adults should consume this fruit with caution. One of the biggest problems with durian is its high sulfur content, which can interfere with alcohol metabolism. For those who enjoy an occasional drink, this combination can cause nausea, dizziness, and even dangerous spikes in blood pressure. Another critical point is the amount of calories and fats in the fruit. While healthy fats are important for the body, the type of fat in durian is heavier and harder to digest, especially for older adults with slower metabolisms. Eating too much durian at once can cause bloating, discomfort, and even palpitations. Some people report feeling excessive heat or flushing after eating the fruit due to its impact on circulation. For those with existing heart conditions or high blood pressure, this can be concerning. And then there's the impact on blood sugar. Durian contains large amounts of natural sugar, making it one of the sweetest fruits out there. For people with diabetes or insulin resistance, this can cause sudden spikes in blood sugar, leading to fatigue, dizziness, and more serious complications over time. Unlike other fruits that have fiber to balance sugar absorption, durian's composition makes it easy to overconsume, worsening the problem. Take the example of Robert, a 68-year-old man. He loved trying exotic foods and wasn't aware of durian's risks. One night, after eating a large portion of the fruit, he started feeling his heart race and a sensation of heat in his body. A few hours later, he felt weak and dizzy. He didn't know it, but his glucose had spiked and the fat in the fruit had raised his blood pressure. The next day, his doctor confirmed that durian had caused a dangerous combination of effects. If you have hypertension, diabetes, or digestive issues, it's best to avoid durian altogether. There are many fruits that provide the same nutrients without putting your health at risk. While durian may be a treat for some, older adults should think twice before consuming this potent fruit. If you're still watching and found this information useful, comment number 2 below to let me know you're following along. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take this opportunity to do so and hit the bell icon. This way, you won't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue producing valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, starfruit. With its refreshing flavor and vibrant yellow color, starfruit might seem like a harmless choice to include in your diet. However, for older adults, especially those with kidney problems, this fruit can pose a serious danger. The reason lies in a substance found in starfruit called neurotoxin. In people with healthy kidneys, this toxin is eliminated normally. But in older adults with compromised kidney function, it can build up in the blood, causing severe effects on the nervous system, such as mental confusion, dizziness, muscle spasms, and in extreme cases, seizures or even coma. The biggest risk with starfruit is that even a small amount can trigger reactions. Research shows that as little as half a starfruit can be enough to cause problems in people with kidney disease. Unlike food allergies, where symptoms appear quickly, the toxic effects of starfruit can develop slowly, making it hard to associate them with the fruit's consumption. Many only realize the danger after experiencing strange symptoms with no apparent cause. Take the case of George, a 74-year-old man. Despite having only a mild kidney issue, he lived a healthy life. One day, he decided to try starfruit after seeing it at a market. Hours later, he began feeling disoriented and had trouble remembering simple information. The next day, he lost his balance while walking and felt tremors in his hands. Since he didn't suspect the fruit, he continued eating starfruit in the following days, and his symptoms worsened. After a doctor's visit, he discovered his body wasn't filtering the fruit's toxins, causing the neurological issues. Once he stopped eating starfruit, his symptoms gradually disappeared. Even if you've never had kidney problems, natural aging reduces kidney efficiency, making starfruit a risk to any older adult's health. The best way to protect yourself is to choose fruits that don't carry this kind of silent threat. Number 4, cherimoya, custard apple. Cherimoya, also known as custard apple, is famous for its creamy texture and sweet tropical flavor. While many enjoy this fruit, few know about the hidden dangers it poses, especially for older adults. The pulp itself is safe when consumed in moderation, but the seeds, skin, and even leaves contain natural toxins that affect the nervous system. These substances, called ananine, are associated with neurodegenerative diseases and, in large quantities, can cause nerve damage, movement disorders, and cognitive problems. One of the biggest dangers lies in the seeds. Unlike other fruits where pits are easy to avoid, cherimoya seeds are mixed into the soft pulp and can be ingested without notice. Even small amounts of crushed seeds can release toxins that affect the brain and nerves. This is especially concerning for older adults, as the body's ability to eliminate toxins decreases with age. Repeated exposure to these substances can increase the risk of developing symptoms similar to Parkinson's disease. Additionally, some people report milder effects like drowsiness, dizziness, numbness in the arms and legs, or a persistent metallic taste in the mouth, signs that the nervous system is reacting. For example, Leonard, a 70-year-old man, always enjoyed trying exotic fruits. He started eating cherimoya frequently as a dessert several times a week. Over time, he began feeling excessive fatigue and weakness in his hands. It was only when his doctor mentioned the toxic effects of certain tropical fruits that he made the connection. After eliminating cherimoya from his diet, he noticed improvements in his energy and motor coordination. If you enjoy tropical fruits, there are many safer alternatives. Bananas, mangoes, and pears offer similar flavors without the neurological risks. To protect your brain and nervous system over time, it's best to avoid foods that could silently compromise your health. If you're still following along and found this information useful, comment number 4 below. If you haven't subscribed yet, take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. This way, you won't miss future content. Now, let's move on to number 5. Number 5. Green, unripe papaya. Papaya is often called a superfood due to its digestive benefits. However, when consumed unripe, it can be dangerous, especially for older adults. This is because unripe papaya contains high levels of latex, a substance that can cause allergic reactions, stomach irritation, and digestive issues. Some people may only experience mild discomfort, but for those with more sensitive digestive systems, common in older adults, the effects can be much more intense. Symptoms include abdominal bloating, cramps, and nausea. The problem is worsened by the fact that as we age, the stomach lining becomes more fragile, increasing sensitivity to harsh substances like latex. The enzyme papain found in green papaya can irritate the stomach and cause reflux or worsen conditions like gastritis and ulcers. Additionally, many people have latex allergies without knowing it. Symptoms range from throat itching to swelling and difficulty breathing. Those who've had reactions to bananas, avocados, or nuts should be cautious, as these foods share similar compounds and can cause cross-reactions. A good example is Eleanor, a 76-year-old woman who is always careful with her diet. She decided to include papaya in her routine. One day, she used an unripe papaya in a smoothie. Shortly after, she felt a burning sensation in her throat and tightness in her chest. She only realized the cause after experiencing the same issue again. Her doctor then identified a mild latex allergy, explaining the symptoms. Even if you don't have allergies, green papaya can be harsh on the digestive system. Ripe papaya, on the other hand, has much lower latex levels and is generally safe to eat. The key is to ensure the fruit is fully ripe before consuming it, and to avoid the green version unless you're certain it won't cause problems. Number 6. Ackee. Among the most dangerous fruits you can consume is ackee, and the reason lies in a natural toxin called hypoglycin. When this fruit is eaten unripe, the levels of this toxin remain extremely high, making ackee toxic to the human body. Eating unripe ackee can cause a severe condition known as Jamaican vomiting sickness, characterized by intense nausea, vomiting, extreme weakness, and in more severe cases, drastic drops in blood sugar levels. For older adults who may already struggle to maintain stable glucose levels, the risks are even greater. One of the dangers of ackee is that symptoms don't always appear immediately. Some people eat the fruit and feel fine for a few hours, but then develop cramps, excessive sweating, and dizziness. Without treatment, this condition can progress to seizures, coma, and even death. For this reason, many countries have strict laws regulating the sale of ackee to prevent poisoning cases. Still, in some regions, fresh ackee is widely sold, and those unaware of the risks may end up consuming it in an unsafe state. The main concern with ackee is its effect on glucose. Hypoglycin blocks the body's natural sugar production, which can lead to dangerous drops in blood sugar levels. This is especially alarming for those with diabetes or other metabolic conditions. Even people without these conditions can experience mental confusion, lack of coordination, and fainting caused by hypoglycemia, symptoms that are particularly dangerous for older adults. Take the case of Harold, a 69-year-old man. During a trip, he tried fresh ackee at a local market. At first, everything seemed fine, but after a few hours, he felt weak, dizzy, and could barely eat. Later, he discovered the ackee he'd eaten wasn't fully ripe and contained enough hypoglycemia to affect his glucose. Had he eaten more, the effects could have been fatal. For older adults, the best strategy is to avoid ackee altogether unless it's been prepared by someone experienced who knows how to eliminate the risks. Even when fully ripe, some people still report mild reactions, making this fruit a risky choice. There are many other tropical fruits with similar flavors and nutritional value without this kind of danger. When it comes to preserving your health, prevention is key. If you're still following along and found this information useful, write number 6 in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to receive more content like this. Your support is essential for us to continue producing informative and relevant videos. Number 7. Lychee. Lychee is a sweet, juicy fruit highly prized for its exotic flavor. However, it hides a risk that most people are unaware of, especially for older adults. Although it's rich in vitamins and antioxidants, lychee can cause sudden drops in blood sugar levels, particularly when consumed on an empty stomach. This happens due to a substance in the fruit that interferes with the body's glucose production, which is especially dangerous for those who already struggle to maintain stable blood sugar. One of the main warnings about lychee is the recorded cases of sudden hypoglycemia. Studies show that consuming large amounts of the fruit without a proper meal can cause blood sugar to plummet, leading to dizziness, mental confusion, and even loss of consciousness. For older adults, this can be particularly risky, increasing the chances of falls, disorientation, and other complications. Those who use insulin or diabetes medications should be extra cautious, as combining them with lychee can intensify the effects and lead to severe episodes. Another concern is that lychee contains natural toxins that, in excess, can overload the liver, making it even harder to control blood sugar. For this reason, outbreaks of illnesses related to lychee consumption have been recorded in various parts of the world, primarily affecting children and older adults. The problem is that symptoms don't always appear immediately, making it hard to realize lychee is the cause. Margaret, a 72-year-old woman, loved eating fruit in the morning. One day, she decided to start her day with a bowl of lychee, thinking it was a healthy choice. A few hours later, she began feeling weak, shaky, and had trouble concentrating. She thought it was just fatigue, but the following week, after experiencing the same symptoms, she decided to see a doctor. That's when she discovered that eating lychee on an empty stomach was disrupting her glucose levels. After adjusting her diet and avoiding lychee on an empty stomach, she had no further issues. For those with diabetes or glucose sensitivity, lychee should be avoided. Even healthy individuals should consume it in moderation and never on an empty stomach. There are many other fruits with similar benefits, but without this hidden risk. Paying attention to what you eat and when you eat, it can make a big difference for your health and well-being. Now that we've reached the end of this video, it's time to reflect on the 7 fruits we've discussed. Some may have surprised you, especially if they've always been considered healthy. But as we've seen, even natural foods can hide pitfalls, especially as we age. The point isn't to fear fruits, but to understand how they interact with our bodies, the medications we take, and our overall health. Knowing what to avoid or consume in moderation can help you make safer choices and avoid unexpected health issues. Which of these fruits surprised you the most? Have you ever had a strange reaction or symptom after eating any of them? Share your experience in the comments. It might help others who aren't yet aware of these risks. Remember, maintaining your health isn't just about eating well, but also avoiding what can harm you. If you have doubts about any food, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Your health deserves attention and care. Thank you for watching until the end. We want to hear from you. Comment below something you learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your daily life. Your comments are valuable and motivate us to keep producing quality content to inform and inspire you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Have you ever noticed small changes in your body and wondered if they were just normal signs of aging or something more? As men get older, certain physical signs begin to appear. Some are obvious, while others are more subtle, and one can even be detected by smell before it becomes visually noticeable. These changes don't happen randomly. They are actually clear indicators of how the body adapts over time. In today's video, we're going to reveal 4 characteristic signs of aging in men. 1 is related to smell, 2 involve the noticeable enlargement of body parts, and 1 actually shrinks over time. Some of these changes happen gradually, while others may suddenly surprise you when you look in the mirror. Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself? Stay with us until the end, because you might discover something that explains changes you've noticed but never fully understood. Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's happening to your body and, if possible, what you can do about it. And before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content on health and aging. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The unmistakable smell of aging. As the years go by, a distinct scent can develop, something many people have noticed when visiting senior living facilities. This aroma isn't caused by poor hygiene or cologne choices, but rather by a deeper biological process that occurs at the cellular level. As men age, their skin undergoes biochemical changes that lead to the production of a compound called nonenal. This scent may be undetectable to some, but clearly noticeable to others, resulting from the breakdown of fatty acids in the skin due to oxidative stress. It is often described as slightly grassy, waxy, or even stale. The issue with nonenal is that it isn't easily washed away like regular sweat or skin oils. Unlike typical body odors caused by bacteria breaking down sweat, this substance clings to fabric, lingers on the skin, and resists being completely removed with conventional soaps. This explains why some men continue to notice the scent even after showering. While younger skin regenerates quickly and eliminates excess oil, aging skin retains more oxidized fatty acids, making this odor more pronounced over time. Richard, a 74-year-old retired engineer, began to notice that his shirts held on to a certain scent even after washing them. One day, his granddaughter told him, "Grandpa, you smell like books and wood," a surprisingly common way people describe this odor. At first, he assumed it was his cologne or laundry detergent, but after switching products and noticing no difference, he realized the scent was coming from his own skin. He wasn't alone in this experience. Studies show that men start producing nonenal in small amounts around their 40s, but by their 70s, the scent becomes much more noticeable. The good news is that while you can't stop your body from producing nonenal, there are ways to reduce its buildup. Soaps specifically designed to remove excess oils are more effective at neutralizing nonenal than regular body washes. Additionally, a diet rich in antioxidants such as green tea, citrus fruits, and leafy greens can help reduce oxidative stress and slow the process. Since nonenal binds to fabrics, washing clothes with baking soda or using odor-neutralizing sprays designed for aging skin can also make a significant difference. So if you've noticed that your scent has changed over the years, now you know it's not just your imagination and it's not simply a matter of hygiene. It's a natural part of aging that every older man experiences at some point. Number 2, a bigger belly that's hard to shrink. An expanding waistline is one of the most visible signs of aging in men, and its causes go far beyond overeating or skipping workouts. As the years pass, men's metabolism naturally slows down, making it easier for fat to accumulate in this area. Additionally, muscle loss and hormonal changes contribute to this process, making fat storage, especially around the belly, more common. You may have noticed that even if you eat the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, your waistline continues to expand. This happens because testosterone levels decline over time, and with them, the body's ability to maintain lean muscle. Since muscle burns more calories than fat, this reduction leads to a slower metabolism, meaning extra calories are more easily converted into belly fat than before. For some men, this change doesn't just affect their appearance. It alters how they feel physically. Clothes may start to feel tighter, bending over may become harder, and carrying extra weight can make everyday movements more uncomfortable. Take Frank, a 76-year-old retiree who was always lean in his younger years. Even though his diet hadn't changed significantly, he suddenly noticed his belly sticking out more while his arms and legs seemed thinner. At first, he assumed it was just an effect of aging, but he didn't realize that his body was redistributing fat, storing more in his abdominal region while losing muscle mass in his limbs. However, this change isn't just about appearance. Studies show that excess belly fat in older men increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. Unlike fat stored elsewhere in the body, abdominal fat is metabolically active, releasing inflammatory chemicals that affect everything from blood pressure to brain health. This explains why men with higher belly fat levels in their 70s and 80s often experience greater fatigue, joint pain, and even sleep disturbances. So what can be done to minimize this process? First, resistance training such as weightlifting is one of the most effective ways to counteract muscle loss and prevent a significant metabolic slowdown. Additionally, prioritizing protein intake in your diet helps maintain lean mass and provides greater satiety, making weight management easier. Lastly, reducing processed carbohydrates and added sugars can help regulate insulin levels and prevent excessive fat accumulation. While gaining some belly fat is a natural part of aging, allowing it to grow unchecked can lead to serious health risks. If you've noticed your waistline expanding despite maintaining your eating and exercise habits, know that it's not just your imagination. It's your body adapting to the natural hormonal shifts of aging. Number 3, the mystery of growing ears. It may go unnoticed in daily life, but your ears are in fact getting bigger as time passes. Unlike muscles, which tend to shrink, or fat, which shift to different areas, ears continue growing throughout life. This isn't just an illusion. It's a real phenomenon driven by changes in cartilage tissue. Cartilage, which makes up most of the outer ear structure, never stops growing as we age. At the same time, gravity exerts a constant pull, stretching the ears downward and making them appear even larger and longer. If you've ever looked at an old photo and thought, "My ears weren't this big before," you're not imagining things. Studies show that ears grow by about 0.2 millimeters per year. This means that by the time a man reaches his 70s or 80s, he may notice a significant difference in the size of his ears compared to his youth. Although this change happens gradually over the years, the accumulated effect over decades becomes noticeable. George, a 78-year-old retired teacher, always had ears proportional to his face in his younger years. However, when looking at an old wedding photo, he was shocked to see how much his ears had changed. Not only were they bigger, but they also appeared longer and droopier. Additionally, he noticed that his earlobes, once rounded and firm, had become thinner and stretched, making his ears look even larger. This change in appearance can make some men more self-conscious about their looks. But is there anything that can be done? While it's impossible to completely stop cartilage growth, maintaining skin elasticity and health can help minimize sagging effects. Staying hydrated, eating foods that boost collagen production, and protecting the skin from excessive sun exposure are all ways to slow down this process. Additionally, if the earlobes appear thinner or wrinkled, using moisturizers and vitamin-rich skincare products can help maintain their texture over time. At the end of the day, growing ears are just another natural aspect of aging, much like wrinkles or gray hair. It's not a health concern, but rather a biological process, nature's way of ensuring you can still hear the world around you. Number 4, the disappearing calves. As the years go by, One of the most noticeable changes in the male body occurs in the legs, specifically in the calves. You may have looked down one day and realized that your once strong, well-defined calves no longer have the same shape or volume. This change isn't just due to weight loss. It's actually a common aging phenomenon called muscle atrophy, where muscle mass gradually decreases over time. This transformation happens for several reasons. First, as testosterone and growth hormone levels drop, the body loses muscle faster than it can rebuild it. Second, many older men become less active without even realizing it. Even if they continue to walk daily, they may not be engaging their calf muscles the way they used to, especially if they no longer run, jump, or lift heavy weights. Lastly, changes in circulation can reduce blood flow to the legs, further contributing to muscle loss. Take Robert, a 75-year-old man who spent most of his career on his feet. In his younger years, he had strong, well-defined calves, but by his mid-60s, he started noticing that his legs were getting thinner and weaker. Even simple tasks like climbing stairs or standing up from a chair without using his hands became harder. At first, he chalked it up to aging, but the reality was that reduced physical activity and hormonal changes were causing his muscles to shrink. Losing muscle in the calves isn't just about appearance. It has real consequences. Weak calf muscles can affect balance, increase the risk of falls, and even contribute to a slower walking pace. Studies have shown that men with reduced calf muscle mass tend to struggle more with mobility in later years, making daily activities more challenging. That's why maintaining lower body strength is one of the most important factors in staying independent as you age. The good news is this process can be slowed down and, in some cases, even reversed with the right exercises. Simple movements like calf raises, resistance band training, and even brisk walking on an incline can help rebuild muscle fibers and improve circulation. Additionally, diet plays a key role. Consuming enough protein, whether from lean meats, eggs, or plant-based sources, supports muscle maintenance and recovery. If you've noticed your calves looking thinner or feeling weaker, don't ignore it. This is one of those signs of aging that can be improved with effort, and taking action now can help keep you strong and mobile for years to come. Now that we've discussed 4 subtle yet revealing signs of aging in men, take a moment to reflect. How many of these have you noticed in yourself or in others around you? Aging is a natural process, and while some changes are inevitable, understanding them allows you to take better care of your body. Whether it's staying active to maintain muscle strength, paying attention to skin changes, or making small adjustments to your daily routine, these efforts can go a long way in helping you age with confidence and vitality. Aging shouldn't be feared. It should be embraced as a phase of life that can be lived with quality. Every wrinkle, every shift in your body, and even the subtle scent of time tells a story of experience, resilience, and wisdom. Instead of worrying too much about these changes, focus on what you can do to stay healthy and active, ensuring that this new stage of life is lived to its fullest. And now I want to hear from you. Which of the signs stood out to you the most? Have you noticed any of them in yourself? Or maybe you've observed other changes that weren't mentioned here. Leave a comment below and share something new you learned today and how you plan to apply this knowledge in your life. Your feedback is important to us, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Reading your comments motivates us to continue creating informative and inspiring content. If you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next videos. Your support is essential for us to keep delivering quality content for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.